going to be city councillor at City Hall. And I asked some of the parishioners, and I said, do you think I could be funny? And they said, well, you are a politician, are you? You guys are one big joke. Famous trio to attend a baby shower. Manger, where Mary gave birth to Jesus because Joseph wasn't covered by private insurance. Holiday travel's always been tough.
Now, what happened to him is this. He's a Salesian tribe. It's a congregation, the Salesians. And the devotion of the Salesians is to take care of sin.
However, it wasn't too long ago, I'd say about 20 years ago, that it was the Epiphany Church, and Father Joe, Father Bella at that time, I don't know, getting along, but they're throwing it out. So he moved up.
Father Joe now.
Huh? Give the mic to Father? You kidding me, man? Hey, I got the mic here. You don't like it? Too bad, huh? So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to do something that I always wanted to do, to honor a spiritual father to all of us. A man that has made a difference, a man that's been here a long time, and for those of you that know him, not only a spiritual father. Now, in some cultures, this is a good thing to do. So bringing that culture into ours and mixing and mingling and all the flags that we got up there, Father Joe, allow me, on behalf of the constituents of Scarboro and on behalf of the House of Commons, to give you a small token of our appreciation.
Well, Joe says, you know very well that we don't pray for animals at Mass. Why don't you go down to the Pentecostal church there on Kennedy and Finch and ask them. I'm sure they'll do it, Father Joe says to the man. He says, okay, Father. He says, I think I'll do just that. He says, by the way, he says, do you think they'll be offended if I offer them $5,000?
Everybody here knows me at one time or another. And they all know that I'm a very good friend of Father Joe's. And I'm doing this very reluctantly because I can't see anything I could say bad about Father Joe. But anyway, and also, I have to be very careful what to say. If I just say something bad about him, we both come from the same town. We both come from the same parish in Malta. I also belong to the Salesian. So really, what else can I say that's bad? Unfortunately, I guess, in most cases, when I get involved with Father Joe in any function that he plans to do.
I was just saying to Mike that when I heard that joke, it reminded me about middle age, and there are some support groups, and it's certainly welcome you to be able to join in our support groups to deal with that change in our lives. And in the truest and deepest meaning of the words, I love you, Joe.
I'm not here to roast Father Joe. I'm here to thank him, really. I represent this. I'm the provincial member for this area. I've represented for 20 years, and I've had a chance to see firsthand Joe's contribution to our community. And the sense of optimism he brings. You think back in your life, few of us get to make the kind of contribution.
He'd like to, this is Father Joe's other favorite nephew, okay?
But wait until the very end, just to set the record straight. I am really his favorite nephew. This evening I've heard a lot of people talk about all the wonderful things that my uncle has done over the past, and especially here at St Adian's Church, and growing the church, paying down the debts, building all the new additions and whatnot. But one man can't do it by himself. And one of the things that Father Joe has taught myself personally and our family is how to be a leader. And I think many of you can think back on some of those initiatives that he took, building the church, and he challenged each and every one of you to take that challenge and build, grow, and as Deacon Gary had mentioned earlier about, just taking on the sermons, and he became a better preacher for it. And
Grateful thanks to Father Joe, because without his initiative, we would never have existed at St Adian's. Some of our ladies on the ramp. Our first is Helen Johnson in her Ukrainian dress. She will be carrying with her a rye bread which is the sign of hospitality and the bread of life. She will also say a few words in Konkani. Ladies putting on their dancing shoes, and we present to you the candle dance from the Philippines by Rose and Nelly Supe. That I have really, it was my real, I felt